Hi, Billy, I'm Bob. Yes, making anything happen in the NHS or public sector in general, you have to be the Bob to the Billy. Rob was saying earlier about the Bob jumping in with the Billy to actually say, oh, I've been here before, I know the way. I can show you the way to get up. And we are presenting a project today that actually tells you how we've gone in with our stakeholder to actually say, yes, we've done this before, we've been here before, and we can show you how to do it, partnering with Constellia, obviously, to deliver value and create value for the NHS. We're from the BSW ICS, and Babatunde Adini, most people call me Tunde, the head of sourcing and contract management, and
hi, I am Beth Bartholomew, and I'm the Deputy Head of Sourcing, predominantly in the non-clinical remit, but as we always say, shopping is shopping, so I will go wherever I'm needed. So I will quickly run through kind of a project overview for everybody. So the aim of this was to do a preferred supplier list for our capital consultancy projects, which was across the 3 acute trusts that we look after, to support with the competing capital work plan. Anyone that works in the public sector knows that capital funding falls out of the sky and we need to act quickly and agilely. And so how do we do that and how do we support our stakeholders? So we've written there some key drivers that were kind of the ethos and the importance to us throughout this. So ensuring we had some value-driven outcomes, ensuring that we were able to maximise on the flexibility and the control of what we were doing, improve the insight on the use of the consultants that they were using across the 3 trusts, ensuring we had that competitive market rate, making sure that the terms and conditions created an efficiency benefit and established partnerships between procurement, the supplier, the trust, which was supported by Constellia. So all in all, it was a really important project for us to be able to drive value across the trusts that we serve.
And like everything we do in the NHS, there's always that challenge that you have to overcome. I'm very sure we're all public sector people, and we know this, that most of the things you encounter includes poor stakeholder engagement because the capital project is usually not well planned. So stakeholder just runs off and do whatever they want to do. You have a lot of maverick spending that goes on because stakeholder just want to do whatever they want to do. You have no clear-cut budget. So some of the things that we were doing is basically to ensure that we can build confidence in the stakeholder to trust us, to be able to put in a PSL that can actually be flexible to deliver their need, when they need it, how they need it. One of the other things that we actually want to make sure that we are able to address, because we have no transparency in terms of milestone payment, we want to make sure that we can work with a partner that can help us deliver a street cap value through the capital project and through all the phases to ensure that whatever we do, we can actually leverage value and making sure that we could deliver in a competitive rate and get the best value for our stakeholder.
So we tried to set out some key objectives in order to do that. I won't bore you by reading all of these. I'm a very wordy person. If anyone wants to ask me after this, I can talk your ear off. So what we tried to do was do an enhanced procurement process and streamlining those procurements, reducing the time and effort, improving the consistency of what we're trying to achieve with the support of Constellia. We wanted to ensure that we were able to put in cost control mechanisms and cost monitoring. The benefit of that is, that partnership working that I mentioned before between the trust, the supplier, procurement and Constellia. We wanted to make sure we put in a quality assurance programme, doing a performance matrix, doing quality standards, assurance that the contractors understood some of the intricacies of the construction world that we face within BSW. One of the key things within Salisbury is that our maternity ward is from the Second World War and you can drive a jeep down it. That's the kind of thing we're working with. We wanted to make sure that we were engaging with our suppliers, so we had that supplier and contract management. It was a collaborative agreement that we were looking to drive the value with. And we also ensured that we were putting in risk management, so those proactive plans in place for when that critical service was coming, when that money fell out of the sky, when that ward needed to be implemented yesterday. We were able to act strategically and agilely with the support of Constellia to influence and do that. And being able to drive value in a dynamic market was really important to us for the outcome of this project.
And most of the things that we end up doing has to go through a strategic plan that really, to deliver value, you have to have a plan. You have to have a strategy that you work with. And one of the things that we're trying to achieve and that we were clear of was we have to review all expenditure considering both the local, the national, and the service that we rate and the service that we're working with. Because it could be challenging when you work across multiple trusts. So, and trying to create a PSL across a multiple trusts that are used to actually just doing what they want. You have to deliver service that actually is tailored to them, but that has other consideration across the national picture. We have to make sure that we can capture all subcategories. So there is no point just saying, yeah, we're just going to work on, because Salisbury has an hospital where you could drive a jeep through. Doesn't mean that that's applicable to BAT. You have to break it into subcategory to make sure that actually whatever you're delivering is catering for those trusts. You have to look into the market and make sure that you are able to actually work with your suppliers. That is going to be part of the PSL. We did a lot of market conditioning where we basically are able to tell the market, this is actually what we want to deliver, this is how we want to deliver it, and get the market to actually inform us of what is obtainable and what we could potentially do. And we want to absolutely be able to contract manage, because once you've finished all your good procurement stuff, we're so good in the NHS where we put great work in, but we leave a lot of value on the table that we don't capture through contract management. We want to be able to then go back in and do a proper contract management where we are periodically reviewing our suppliers and making sure that we can continue to unlock value.
I've been told my microphone's being a bit rubbish. Sorry, it's my silky top. We tried to drive, and think about what the key outcomes were for this. So considering that, we've gone for commercial, control, and collaboration. So commercial in terms of your market rates, in terms of, this has been my favourite word throughout this presentation, maverick spending, and the reduction of that. And just in general, better management information for the next iteration of that contract with the support of Constellia. For control, it was that strong grip and control over what our trusts are doing, what our stakeholders are doing. And we achieved that through, clear outcome-based milestone payments and making sure that that was transparent and we were tracking that through. And then with our collaboration, it was actually being able to get our capital team to operate flexibly and in a compliant way. That is the biggest thing. And it was improved contract management, as Tundi's touched on. It's that end-to-end process that we just really tried to strive for. You've got your enhanced terms and conditions and working on your supplier relationships. I think it's a really, really important factor is the relationship that you build with your external market as much as it is with your internal stakeholders. They know what they're doing. We need to make sure that what we're asking for is within that remit. It brought together groups of stakeholders that had previously worked very, very siloed. So now we have got those collaborative agreements and there's a lot more knowledge sharing. And it's fostered relationships across the trust and across the region in general. So we think it's been successful, but I would say that.
So, and we deliberately left something off this because I know that most procurement people, the first thing they want to see is numbers. And we deliberately left it off. Can anyone in the room guess what we delivered by doing this project? Okay, so we've been able to deliver, in addition to all this, been able to deliver at least £200,000 for each trust, participating trust. So we've gone from a situation where we've got maverick spending, we've got stakeholders doing their stuff, to a situation where the spend is controlled. We could potentially see what is going through the spend to our ledger, or we've got all stakeholders working together with improved relationship, and we've been able to deliver cost savings also. So some of the best practice that we've seen through doing this is collaboration cannot be underestimated. So I know most people in public sector is going through that phase of trying to become an ICS, especially if you're working in the NHS. But that, although has its own issues and all the things you need to overcome, cannot be underestimated. Some of the savings we're able to deliver, we will not have been able to do it if we are not working as an ICS and going to market as an ICS. So collaboration is key and is essential to actually creating value and making things happen. We were able to condition and engage the market. And it's like I'm singing to the choir here, but anything that you do that would actually deliver value and create and make things happen and deliver innovation and anything in that sort, you have to make sure that you are engaging the market and making sure that you are able to promote competition, you're able to make sure that you're able to get the best out of your market through your engagement. And the last is supplier relationship. Most procurement people forget this. And this, I believe, will continue to create value through the life of this project, because we've not only created a solid base of doing a tender that is successful, that has brought the stakeholder together, but we've also been able to work with the help of Constellia, with our supplier, and we will continue to do that through the life of the project. So yes, that is what we've been able to do through the project for creating PSL for our capital project. I'm not sure if anyone has got any question now, or we'll wait till later.